I hate to break the fishing news after Chuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Are you looking at that? I thought you saw that. We got some new gear ordered the other day, and it got dropped off at like midnight on Saturday.
Oh,
and
nice.
or at some point from when I left my house going out with my friends to when I got home at like 12:30. So I sent Amal some screenshots of proof that the delivery was in.
You look in one.
Yeah, I was. A couple Nation beers that night. Shout out to our title sponsor, Odd Company Brewing, and the all-new Nation beer. It is delicious. If you haven't tried it yet, there's a very easy way to find out where you can get it. Go to Liquor Connect, type in Odd Company, find Nation beer. Boom, a map pops up with different spots you can get it. Sherbrooke has it.
Sherbrooke. You can always count on Sherbrooke, or just go to Odd Company.
Their Odd Company has 2 locations in the Edmonton area. The one downtown, Oliver, I believe, and then the other one in Ritchie.
Yeah, the one in Ritchie
has good.
They've
pizza.
got an expanded kitchen, so really good food offering, and I believe you're going to be doing some watch-alongs there soon.
We are, so we want to make sure that enough kind of listeners of Oilers Nation Everyday can make it. So we put out.
Are we doing this by consensus?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
So part 1 of the poll dropped today.
Okay.
And it was, would you prefer if the event we're doing got to be an away game? We said because we don't want
always
people
that
to
is
be like,
that is the mandate. Yes.
So we said, would you prefer weekday or weekend?
Wow.
And the people said weekend.
Yeah, you think?
Shocker. Okay.
Well, sometimes people have plans. Maybe it's like, oh, like,
The only
I
day
know,
that
but
could possibly be is a Thursday.
Here's the thing. It's so funny. There's 2 planning seasons. There's summer where you can't book anything on a weekend because people have shit on the go because they're going here doing that, and then there's winter where do everything on the weekend because everyone's weekend is free unless they're going to Mexico
Or have kids who play hockey.
but their evening's free.
No.
Oh, that's true.
Dude, on Saturday night, my one son had a game from 6 to 7:45, and the second game was 8:15 to 9:45.
Yeah, you're the older.
Oh,
they're
they're
getting
getting
older
to
now,
the-
so they're getting
Yeah, it was late.
So unless you have kids in that bandwidth, everyone else free.
So now part 2 of the poll is going to be tomorrow when we ask everyone which one of the next 3 weekend games you want.
Okay, which dates are we talking about?
November 3rd against Calgary, BOA, 6 o'clock on a Sunday, though. So Sunday, I think, is
Okay.
the same
It
thing
was
as
like
a
a
weekday.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah, that's fair. Then there's a Saturday against Vancouver, 8 p.m., Saturday against Toronto, 5 p.m. So are you better off doing the 5 or the 8? That's the toss-up. But we're going to let the people decide, and then we're going to plan it.
You know what the shitty thing is? I can't make. Only game I could maybe make is the BOA Sunday game. Damn it! I might actually be at that game
In
on
Toronto?
the 16th. Yeah,
Oh, you're going down? Flying
Maybe.
to the 6?
I'm flying to the 6. Maybe.
Is that just a business trip and you're like, what a coincidence? Or did you have to make a business trip and you're like, seems like a good weekend to have to do it?
I believe it's a business trip. What a coincidence!
You do. All right, fair enough. Anyway, shout out to Odd Company. We're going to be doing a watch party there. We'll keep you posted on the details of it. We sat down here and Chalmers was like, boy, it feels like forever since the Oilers have played a game. It's been 2 days. But matinees do
Long
that
2
to you.
days. Yeah, matinees. They don't count.
It's weird because, like, I don't know. We had things on the go on Saturday, and so I missed the game. I didn't get to watch it. And now I just feel like I haven't seen hockey in a week, and it's not even going to happen till tomorrow.
Yeah, and they host Carolina tomorrow, so definitely not an easy spot on the homestand, which isn't great.
Well, they just got to figure it out. That game on Saturday was.
They played really well for 40 minutes.
They did. They just couldn't score.
Partially on Andre, partially on themselves.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
100%. And you just knew whoever scored first was going to win. Like, that's the type of game it was. And then the floodgates just opened.
Yeah. I did have a couple, and not to bombard everybody with the segments right off the jump, but I had a couple of keeper clippets from that game if we want to do that.
Sure.
Chalmers.
I'm just going to make it up.
Yeah, I like that. You just make up what your takes are on all this. But for our friends at Great Clips, more than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada. Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand and official hair salon of the NHL. Salons are locally owned and operated and open 7 days a week. Your time is valuable. Use the Great Clips check-in app. See the wait time. Check in on your phone. Get your haircut when you want. Great Clips. It's going to be great. This is a problem.
It is a problem. You still haven't
look-
done
you-
anything about it.
I look terrible.
You need a great clip. Great clip.
If we wrap up this pod on time and I get out of here, I am going.
Online
How
booking
dare
makes
you
it
put
easy.
this pressure on us?
Can't go more than an hour today because I got to get a haircut. Amber won't even look at me. No, that's a lie.
Poor
She will.
Amber.
All right, keep it or cut it from the weekend game against Dallas. Number 1, the hate for Stuart Skinner, who has an .851 save percentage. Where do we come out on Stu after that game? Because the YouTube chat today was spicy. They were out for blood, saying the Oilers once again do not have a goalie.
The first goal, the Deshaun goal at the end of the second period, was absolutely stoppable.
It was totally
You
stoppable.
think?
Yeah.
And it seemed like to me, when that goal went in, the rest of the game just kind of fell off the rails.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones where in my article that I wrote that would have went up, I guess, Saturday night, I kind of said that was the game that's the difference between a guy who's really good and one who's elite, because Ottinger kept Dallas in it for 40 minutes. That could have been 3-4-5-0.
Like
By the time they hit the second
it's not like it was a point blank shot in the sense of it was just Deshaun and Skinner mano a mano, but there was plenty of time, that is, like runway between the two for Stewart to be able to react, and kind of like it wasn't perfectly picked.
No.
Kind of like, to me, like that kind of went through him, if anything. So I'm concerned about Stuart Skinner.
You're keeping it.
I am keeping it. I am concerned. And Oilers went into like full shot suppression mode. We weren't giving up that many shots.
No, they only gave up
Ottinger
24
was
in
facing
game.
all the shots. So early on, it's a bit of a concern. Can he turn around and me not be concerned? Yeah, that's still possible. But,
I would say likely.
well,
Like when you're getting outshot
but like,
2-1, and
yeah,
you're down
like,
by a goal.
You gotta, like, your team is doing everything in its power to try to win that game. Granted, they can't solve the other goalie, and sure, they could have been better in some situations, some of those scoring chances or whatever. Sure, but when they're doing also their best to reduce the amount of rubber you face, gotta make that save.
Can I offer a defensive Stuart Skinner?
Sure, I'm not. My wall hasn't fully gone up.
Yeah.
But man, 851.
UC Saros has an 875 right now.
And Nashville sucks.
Yeah, they do.
But UC Saros also has like a very long sample size to reference.
Yep.
To be like, he is a good goalie.
Correct.
I'm going to keep it.
Yeah.
Full on goalie controversy. Let's get it out of the way now. Light that fire for Skinner.
Pickards are one.
If we're going to have one during the season, let's just do it now.
Last year, we waited till the playoffs to have one.
And we don't need to do that again.
So you think
Let's get it out of the way. If we're due for one, why not do it now?
Yeah, that's true. Burn through it right now.
Would you play Pickard Tuesday? He beat Nashville.
Yeah.
You go back to Stu, you get a loss.
926 against Nashville.
Ooh, damn.
I know, that's pretty good. Yeah. Go. Picks is in.
Darn. I looked at that first goal. Henrique went the wrong way off the faceoff. He cut to the middle
Sure.
and the faceoff got one to the outside.
Sure.
And then Duchesne got 3.5, almost 40 goal guy at one point. Got
Sure.
almost 4 full strides to walk in.
Yeah.
He didn't exactly pick his spot.
But like that wasn't bar down. Like
No.
that. Like that.
Actually, if it was bar down, Skinner might have stopped it. His glove was right there in the top corner. Duchesne
It's
shot under it.
yeah. It was. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like. Well, his glove side is a problem.
Mikko
It's
Skinner.
and maybe not a permanent problem, but it can be a problem because it shows. It shows.
Yeah.
Dustin Schwartz on the hot seat, question mark?
Well, he did get booed at the home opener.
There is very select markets that would boo their goalie coach.
Smart markets, informed markets, some would say.
I would say booing the goalie coach is uninformed.
No, that's very informed.
But no one
It's
even
very inside baseball if you're booing the goalie coach.
100%. That means you
but
did.
no one even knows
you
what
did
he's
your.
doing. No one knows what he does.
There's stuff that gets reported on what he does, and we consume it and respond accordingly.
I don't know. I just think people look at it like, well, you got to fire the goalie coach. And it's just like the easiest thing in the world to be like,
Well, you can't fire the goalie. Also, we would have fired Jack Campbell.
we kind of did. He got a sick payout.
Yeah, golden parachute. He wasn't the CEO of the organization.
Okay, second keep it or cut it I have for you guys from one Skinner to another. BM, we talked about this on ONR the other day. Keep it or cut the idea of putting Jeff Skinner on the power play. PP1, do you need to mix up the top unit?
I mean,
They look lost.
yeah, well, the numbers speak for themselves. The numbers would suggest, yeah, we should do something different. And so Jeff Skinner instead of Nuge?
I'm not worried about the power play, to be honest.
Really?
I think that I said it on Friday. I'll say it again. I would start PP2. Let the boys feel a little hunger.
Give
for
them
once.
more time.
Yeah.
Go like 1-1, like 50-50 or 60-40.
I would give, or just like let PP1 know, guys, you're not getting the job done. We're going to the second unit. Like that'll spark those guys. That it's you don't get to be as good as they are without having like an internal drive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just think, like, and not even a comment on Nuge, because Zach Hyman doesn't have a point. That's concerning. But I just think, like,
Are you more concerned about Zach Hyman not having a point or Stuart Skinner right now?
Probably Skinner because he plays a more valuable position.
Yeah, fair.
If you were to ask me, like, who's more likely to bounce back, I would also say Skinner. But if Hyman doesn't bounce back, it's not like the team's going to lose because of it, if that makes any sense. If Skinner doesn't bounce back, the team will lose games.
Are you more concerned that Zach Hyman doesn't have a point, or that we haven't seen Leon in the office with that one-timer looking crisp?
But that
in
goes
a
back to
long
the
time?
power play. To me, I think they've been playing together for so long that they know a bunch of things that work. And when things maybe, like right now, they're fighting it's not going great, whatever, they're just trying to do the same things that usually get them out of jail. And I wonder if maybe it's playing them second instead of first, and they're coming in halfway through the shift, and like there's a flow going. Or maybe it's you put a Skinner there, or, I mean, he doesn't deserve it, but like put Arvidsson in front of the net, and it just leads to like, okay, now you have to think differently. Now that's not Nuge when I looked there. Now that's not Hyman in his usual spot. Like, can it just get their brains to like recalibrate a little bit? Because they're obviously good.
Yeah, but they're just, the dials are slightly off.
Yeah.
But and that can be said all across the board.
Yeah, and I think that if you want to tighten them up, I don't think putting second power play out there is... I mean, these guys are motivated in ways that aren't totally, hey, you're sitting on the bench and we're going to put the second power play out. If you want these guys to work through it, it's not going to be in practice. Sure, like going against your own teammates is fine, but doing it in real live gameplay is where I believe that they're going to get things figured out. You take that time away from them, it's just going to take longer.
Fair. Any other keep it or cut it?
I don't know, is there?
No, I just had the two Skinners. Which also makes it a little confusing when you're talking about the team. Having two Skinners, like we had two Russells, but Patrick Russell wasn't all that
Hey, he
involved.
counted.
Danish king.
No, he actually never counted. He didn't score.
That's fair.
He did have one. It got called back.
That's true.
Oh yeah, was that regular season or preseason?
It was regular season.
Oh, yeah. So we had Demers on the show every Friday, and we were, for some reason, got on the topic of reminiscing about how good that Anaheim, San Jose, LA road trip, like how tough that used to be for teams.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, or Demers says, yeah, no one was rolling into Edmonton those years worried about it. And I was like, what, you don't like remember your games back then? He's like, no, I have no memorable games in Edmonton. I was like, come on, you don't remember your shifts against Leonard Petrell? And I think that was even such a deep cut that Demers was like, I don't know who you're talking about.
PK specialist. Everybody should have one.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Good old days. Anyway, shout out to our friends at Great Clips. You can go in, show them a picture of Leonard Petrell. Say you want the Petrell. They'll clean you up.
Clean you up. The old,
Why, is it nice?
Oh,
the LP?
maybe.
Go get it.
Is he still playing? He's got to be playing in Allsvenska or
Oh, wow.
SHL.
That's actually somewhat similar to my haircut.
It's very clean. Definitely not the same color.
No. No, he hasn't played in 5 years.
Oh.
He's 40 years old now. That's crazy.
What? How old was he when he played for the Oilers? What year was this?
2012, so you would have been 28. Time flies.
I remember when Gregor's like, there's someone that's going to make the roster. It's going to shock you. I'm like, what? And it was Leonard Petrell.
Played more career games in the NHL than the AHL by quite a bit, actually. He came in from Sweden, then was like, you know what? This North America thing, not for me. Back to Sweden.
Going back.
I've never heard of this person.
Once an Oiler, man.
What do you mean, Chalmers? You would have watched him play 95 hockey games at some point.
I don't believe so.
I remember seeing his little kid. He was there with his family. Yeah. His little kids wearing little Patrol jerseys.
Oh, my God.
That's cute.
He was a 6th-round pick of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay. Speaking of that, just reminded me, Charles, before the show when we asked you, we're like, hey, what year did the Cardinals lose in the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, 09. Oh, my God, I was 28 years old.
Yeah. That's a long time
That's a
ago.
long time ago. Who'd they play against?
Steelers.
That was the Santonio Holmes catch, right?
Santonio Holmes catch, but
Antonio
even
Holmes.
a more.
Do we watch that at Jared's? Is that Jared's
No, we
basement?
watched that at Lee Foot's.
Oh.
We had all the food from the bar. Remember, we had a Super Bowl party.
Oh yeah. No, that was 09. That wasn't 09.
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, but that the bar wasn't 09.
Well, we had food for them. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure we were at Foot's house, and I'm pretty sure that that's not even the Santonio Holmes catch. Is not even the most famous play from that. It is the 99-yard interception return by James Harrison.
Yeah.
Who
He's a big
should
boy.
not be able to run 99 yards, and Larry Fitzgerald coming back to make the catch and to make the stop, making up a ton of ground, and then running into Steelers officials on the sidelines that were standing too close to the sidelines, and him getting he had to avoid them, and it was that little bit of avoidance that cost him being able to get to James Harrison. Watch it.
They still would have scored a TD. Because at what point? How far down the field was that?
Oh, probably the 20.
Oh yeah, they're punching that.
It's
in.
not a lot.
They had the bus then, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Do they still have the bus?
I think so.
Jerome Bettis?
It was Roethlisberger, the bus, Antonio Holmes.
It wasn't Cordell Stewart the QB
No,
for that?
no, I don't think so. Was it?
Yeah.
Who is the Cardinals QB?
Kurt Warner.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Really? 09?
09. Let's have a look.
Man, I think we have this all fucked up.
Filibust.
Filibuster.
I think we have this all fucked up here.
We're trying to remember
There's
something
a
that
lot of timeline skipping here.
things are just mishmashing into one.
Yeah, Kurt Warner was a Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was the reemergence of the Kurt Warner
Okay.
at 17-7 halftime lead when James Harrison Super Bowl record 100-yard interception return for a touchdown.
And who's the QB for
including
the
a safety
Steelers?
that led to Larry Fitzgerald's 64-yard TD reception to take the lead, and then Santonio Holmes.
And it would have been Big Ben.
It would have been Big
Oh,
Ben.
it would have been Big Ben. What
Yeah.
am I thinking? Cordell Stewart.
I don't even know who that is.
I feel like, what did they call him? Slice? Or what was his nickname? What was Cordell Stewart's?
Stewart?
Cordell Stewart. What was his nickname? It was like the Edge or the
Spelled that wrong.
No,
Slash.
yeah, it was definitely Ben Roethlisberger. Rushing was Willie Parker and Welday Moore. Wasn't even the bus.
Wow.
Santonio Holmes, Heath Miller, Hines Ward, Nate Washington were the receivers. Adrian James was the running back for the Cardinals. Anquan Bolden, Fitzgerald, and Breeston were the wide receivers.
Speaking of quarterbacks, you got your wish.
I
think
mean,
Cleveland got their
okay,
wish.
Okay. Yeah.
Fun times in Cleveland again.
I wanted them to move on from Deshaun and get Jameis Winston as QB1
Yeah, and how ridiculous!
since the first snap of the season. That's all. Well,
How ridiculous is that they put him out and put in the people's whatever his name is, and then
DTR or whatever.
oh man, and then he gets hurt, and you would have got Jameis time.
And then Jameis
And he
throws
wasn't
checks
even
for
there.
TD.
It's ridiculous.
So I want to preface it with I've been wanting Winston to be QB1 since game one. And now it's a reality and I'm happy. I'm not happy that Deshaun Watson ruptured his Achilles because that looked insanely
Would you
painful.
have, if you were in the stadium, would you have
Booed him.
Would I have cheered?
Would you have cheered? Would you have partaken in the
It'd been
chant
such
of,
an emotional-
"You deserve it.
Nah, that.
You deserve it."
It was intense.
Wild.
Did you hear
wild.
Jameis Winston's interview? That guy is such an articulate speaker. It is
He's
amazing.
Pretty over the top.
But very descriptive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, he tells a story, man.
He looks like he's staring through your soul when he's talking to you.
It's because he has that power. Jameis Winston is probably the most interesting person in football.
I want for the record, it's not right to boo or to cheer an injury. It doesn't matter what he did.
What's annoying is that
You don't do it.
it's the outcome the fan base wanted for so long, out in the sense of not having Deshaun Watson be the QB, and it's more just like, you know what, coaches and like, you did this, and I think all that should be diverted to them. They created that circumstance.
Maybe that's what they were cheering. Maybe that's what they were chanting. They were not chanting to Deshaun Watson that he deserves it.
Yeah.
They were looking up at the owner's
They're
box
like,
saying,
they're like,
you deserve
They're like,
this.
Deshaun forced their hand. They don't have a fucking choice now. Woo! Interesting narrative, but that's the way I would have taken it.
Wild scene.
It was crazy. I'm
like, the Browns are gonna win this game. They're gonna fuck, because I thought they were going right to Winston. They didn't.
He wasn't dressed.
He wasn't. I know he wasn't dressed.
That's crazy.
Which
Why?
the one game they don't dress. It's because I think they did it to curb, like, the fans were just demanding that he start, and I think they did it to, like, just curb that. Be like, fuck you, he's not. This is very
hilarious way to
Brown.
approach it.
This is very Browns, like, fandom life.
So, anyways, when we watch a Browns game in just over a month, won't be Deshaun playing QB.
Good. I wanted Jameis. Like, the Browns don't have the courage right now to sell a already pre-made Winston jersey.
Really?
Also, I would have bought one in week 1.
You would have? Oh,
Yes.
Jameis Winston jersey. I thought you said Watson. I was like, whoa, that's a bold.
So
That's a bold
now they
purchase
might
right
not
there.
have a choice but to make some of his jerseys, and I have a month to get one on my body. I do have a Nick Chubb jersey, though, which I do want to wear.
That was a great story.
So amazing. Well, all the things he said leading up to that game, like, amazing. And the fact he scored a TD, amazing.
He doesn't deserve this.
Chubb deserves better. And
Myles Garrett
Chubb's got-
doesn't deserve this.
No, I know. Well, it's like an exodus.
But he didn't have the best interview.
I bet you
afterwards
Amari
either.
Cooper wished he was still in
Highly doubt that.
still in Cleveland if Jameis was his QB. Oh, Jameis back? Trade me back.
Nah. I saw a great tweet, and it was the Hannibal Buress looking at his hands gif. And it was like Amari Cooper catching his first nicely thrown ball that was right in his hands. And he's like doing the thing. Where he's
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Speaking of the game we're going to be seeing, shout out to the Nation Vacation, nationgear.ca. We are going to Denver at the end of November. Jay, I cannot believe you agreed to do this, but let me give everyone the context.
Join me.
Mainlander Tim tweeted out, if you're going to the Nation Vacation to Denver, you should consider sweating out the toxins at 10 a.m. Saturday morning with a 5K walk/run. 7 of us random vacationers are already signed up. None of us are runners. He included the link, tagged a bunch of us. Jay Carledge is in. And then Jay says, I'm in.
100%.
What is this for?
When in Rome.
It's a turkey trot because it's Thanksgiving.
It's a fundraiser. I bought the package. It gets a hoodie.
You got a hoodie.
Look how sick that hoodie is.
It's not a bad
I think
hoodie.
everyone. So I think everyone got a hoodie. There's a.
So what you get? So you get
you get
with
pie
that
and beer
package,
at the end of the
you
race.
get a pumpkin pie, a beer,
Yes,
and a hoodie.
and it's at 10 a.m.
Yeah, you can get that done.
Oh my god! And like, I bet you I run
5K, you'll be done by
I
10:40.
bet you I run none of that.
You're just going to walk it?
Fuck, why not?
Why don't you guys all just walk it with some White Claws?
Might just get a sixer from the brewery
I can't believe
and go
you-
walk for 5K. Why not?
I can't believe you got the one with the hoodie. Jay, that's like $86 US.
It's vacation math. And it's prepaid. It's paid now.
Yeah, so then it's free
So
when you
when I'm
get
there,
there.
this is a free experience.
That's a decent way to view that.
I might try to run it a bit. I for the record do not like running at all. But I'm gonna be up. Doesn't matter what time we go to bed on Friday night. I'm gonna be up at 8 a.m. regardless. So may as well get some steps in. Maybe a nice piece of pie.
So initially,
'Cause this is American Thanksgiving when
Yeah.
we're there.
I would not eat before it.
I'm not. And the you know what the shitty thing is on a nation vacation, the trip rule, I got to do one before 10.
are you going to do it?
Tyler.
Well, I was gonna say I would.
Why not?
Uh-oh. Now, you're
I've got work
making
to do in
the
the
decision of two.
What?
I've got work to do in the morning. I write articles in the morning.
We should go be content boys on this 5K
Yeah,
walk.
run a 5K together. What's wrong with you guys?
We can do an AMA while we do it.
100% do an AMA.
You have running shoes?
Okay.
Or are they just skateboard shoes?
If you're coming on the vacation, what is it called? The Fox and Trot?
Trot and Tap 5K.
Trot and Tap 5K.
There is a $41 package that does not get you a shirt or a hoodie.
And you're raising
Still
money
get
for
you pie
charity,
and a
local
beer?
charity.
Still get you a pie and a beer and your choice of a collector's pint glass or
Wait, do I get a
seasonal-
full pie?
I think one slice.
Depends your time. Your
With
time.
or without whip.
Hot take? Pumpkin pie? Worst pie.
Oh God.
Oh, come on.
Pumpkin pie is good once a year.
Yeah, I have it like I get my fill around Thanksgiving.
I'm
and then
gonna
I'll
get
see you again next year.
I'm gonna get you a pumpkin pie you need to try.
That I like?
You're gonna fucking love it.
I don't
know,
like
man.
pumpkin pie when it's too dense. And I find a lot of them are too dense.
Yeah.
I feel
It's
like it and carrot
like-
cake are very similar, and
Oh, carrot
people
cake's
like them,
elite.
and I don't.
Carrot
I don't
cake
like
is
carrot cake.
I'll go for it.
So Jay Carlich this is what he says. Jay, that is fantastic. This is after I say I'm in. That is fantastic to hear. Been talking about how great it is for us to come together and give back to a community we visit, bringing the Edmonton culture to Denver. That is why
It'll be fun. You guys have a good time.
That's what nation citizens do.
I'll meet you guys for lunch.
Yeah, well, they're going to have a bigger lunch than you after they burn all them cows.
You're gonna have a big lunch.
All good.
Big lunch.
Even if it's just 5K, that's almost 10,000 steps right there.
5K,
Haven't
nice.
even hit lunch yet.
Little hour walk.
I'll do it if we run most of it.
Whoa.
I will try to run.
Okay.
Then I'm definitely out.
So I was initially when I signed up, Mike, I'll run, and then I saw the Deshaun Watson injury, and I'm like, oh man, I'm a prime Achilles rupture candidate.
Get shirts that say, "We run for Deshaun." That is golden.
We run from Deshaun.
We run from Deshaun.
Different meaning on that one.
No, I am. Jameis is my QB1. He's got a clothing line. I might pick up a shirt now.
We run for Deshaun and then book a massage right after and go in there with it.
I'll tell you one thing. I went. It might have been his first game back from his suspension or his second game. I was in Cincinnati to watch the Browns play, and the tailgating. Wow, some of the we'll call it the Deshaun Watson fan activations were interesting
In Cincy?
in Cincy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who dat?
Yeah.
Did you just get mesmerized by a frozen pizza making machine?
Yeah, I did.
I saw that.
Wow, just so focused.
No, I was.
When you scroll Instagram or
He's
X,
scrolling X.
and then there's like things
Well,
that
he's
you
on the show.
would never think about how they're made, and they all of a sudden show a video of how they're made, like that machine putting sauce onto the pizza. I was there with you, man.
Satisfying.
I'm on X
It's
because
satisfying.
it can create
Content.
and
Oh.
two, my likes are where I keep some stuff that I want to talk about on the show. Like this tweet from the Green Bay Packers. Did you see Captain Felton sent it? Did he tag us or just me? Maybe just me. Hot, cold, hot, and then the football's piss.
You're gonna have to give. This is the
It's an
segment we
awful
call
description.
search
But
it.
the Packers posted that.
Go look at the official Green Bay Packers sending out a tweet, and it's the football is piss. The defender jumping to try catch it and missing it has cold written on him.
That's their official account.
That's their official account.
We are getting wild. on
Packers
socials
might be
these
one of my
days.
favorite teams right now.
They are entertaining.
What do they call the uniforms?
Winter's warning.
Winter's
And it was
warning.
like 75
All
degrees.
white.
Yeah.
Woo, they looked good. And Jordan Love is leading the league in touchdowns right now and has missed 2 games. But he's also leading the league in interceptions. He's Brett Favre 2.0.
It's the Packers way.
I love it. They're exciting.
Just to wrap up the bit on the Nation Vacation, can you still win your way in with Oodle Noodle?
Yep. Up until end of the month or November 3rd or something. November 5th's the draw. That's all I know.
All right, November 5th is the draw. If you're like, wait, a draw? I want in. Here's how you get in. It's your chance to win a spot on the Nation Vacation. Go to any Oodle Noodle location in the Edmonton area. Go get yourself some delicious noodles. That's a win. And then you'll get entered into a draw to come with us on the nation vacation to Denver at the end of November. You get delicious noodles. You get entered into the draw. Simple as that.
And if
I
you-
went yesterday. I got a spicy kung pao. It was lovely.
Oh, nice.
Now,
I was.
if I was
Togo
somebody
Blaze
who's
2
at
days
the
ago.
Nation Watch Party, I imagine in my welcome package I got myself a free box.
Correct.
Could I go get my free box and enter to win?
No purchase necessary, Thomas.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Oh, I love when that gets thrown in on a contest.
And if you want to lock in your fate on the trip, we did open up a few spots.
Oh, we still have a few more?
I think.
we moved-
Well, because we opened them up, right? We sold out, and then as like people were like emailing us, there's spots, so they've taken them up. I think there's still a couple. Check online if you want to try and come, and I think we have to close it end of next week or next Thursday or something, because we have to submit
And
everyone's
if you
name.
want to hashtag run for Deshaun, just reach out to Jay after you purchase your vacation
I
package.
am running for pie and beer, and good and memories.
Oh yeah.
Good cause.
There's a and this
We
was so
run
funny
'cause
about
he can't.
there is a nation vacation group chat that like none of us are a part of
What?
people that go on nation vacations. So in that group chat is where someone found the run and then put it in the group, and then 7 of them decided to go. Mainlander Tim was nice enough to share it with us. So you have to say yes.
Yeah, the peer pressure might get to me here.
It's kind of like a good story.
Kind of.
It's a nice going for a
BM
nice.
is pure pressure.
I am adverse to peer pressure.
Adverse. That's what I was gonna say.
This is a nice try.
And you get a mug.
You're not doing it.
Then you gotta
no.
fly back with the mug.
Oh, geez, that sounds
Oh,
so
where
hard.
would you ever put it?
Yeah,
That whole mug.
yeah. If you're thinking prison pocket, then yeah.
Good
I
thing you didn't
understand
buy
your
the
stress.
sweater package. How would you ever fit that in the bag?
You can wrap your mug in it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Protect the
So
mug.
now you're kind of see that's how they commit you to the hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was wild. Jay just had the biggest sneeze. It shot so far.
I'm an explosive sneezer.
I liked how you put your arm close to your face like you were going to do something about it. But no
It's
intention
like
of getting
the-
that thing right
Well,
close to you.
there's a lot of shrapnel on my shirt right now.
Gross.
Uh,
I like how we all stopped, too.
no, I know, and
Let's
I
observe.
wanted to finish my thought about the run. But anyways,
I think we did.
All right, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a second. We got to step aside for a
Tron
quick break.
tap.
Back half of the podcast brought to you by our friends at Sherwood Ford the Giant. They are hockey fans helping hockey fans, and there are a ton of perks that you can unlock at Sherwood Ford the Giant just by being nation citizens. Say goodbye to the hassle of car service and enjoy free valet pickup and delivery. They pick it up, service it, return it to you. Now you can hit the ice or watch the game without worrying about your ride. It really is great. It's quite the time saver. Also, right now, all nation citizens can get $500 towards a vehicle service plan. Experience the ultimate in automotive care and fan service from Sherwood Ford the Giant.
I'm booking a valet service.
I love
real
valet
soon.
service.
Yeah, I can attest to it. It is beautiful. It works.
I'm due.
Wonderful.
Shout out to Sherwood Ford the Giant. All right, back up at the pod. What I have? The Cleveland Guardians season came to a close. That was very upsetting for me. But
I noticed now Sobrowski's more active in the fantasy football chat as a result.
yes,
Unfortunately.
Although I did like how for a day it would be like all the people in the fantasy football chat being like bearded Brad in a pool shirtless with a Guardians ticket from BetMGM in Vegas being like, yes. And then a bunch of people were like, what a game. Then every 24 hours just something from Eric being like, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
he's dialed
it.
in.
Yeah. Pulls those one for 5 minutes a day. I was like, kid, just got to hit back all these guys from Edmonton. All right, perfect. I'm good. Back to trying to win a World Series. But struck out Aaron Judge on Friday. Had a good end of the year. You pointed
He
it out.
sure did. Who can say they did that?
You pointed out in our group chat BM, but hearing the broadcast be like, he's warming up for his Juan Soto duty.
Yeah, just crazy.
The
Nuts.
craziest thing. Eh?
Nuts.
Oh, a guy that's going to get $1 billion contract. Give me a break. That's what you're known as. The Juan Soto stopper.
He's on Juan Soto duty, and then he goes out and does it, and then K's Judge the very next batter.
Insane.
Wild sequence.
Who's gonna win this battle? $1 billion baseball player is about to sign the richest contract in the sports history. Edmonton, and it was Eric.
Edmonton won.
And yeah, it was Edmonton. Thank you, Eric.
It seems to me, based on checking out Twitter X the last couple of days, the Yankee Dodgers World Series is everybody's hell. Is what it seems like.
Yep. There's
Everybody but MLB.
But this this is like a historic match, right? This is like Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees.
Yeah, they haven't played in the World Series since '81. But like the two teams that spent the most are in the World Series. And I will say, like last year, like again, you guys casual MLB fans, could you tell me who was in the World Series last year, Jay?
I can.
Just wait.
I know you could.
Just wait. No.
Texas and Arizona.
Oh, I knew Texas won. I fucking knew both of it. Damn it.
The
Anyways.
point is, I think it is good generally for the marketing of Major League Baseball to have Ohtani, Judge, Yankees, Dodgers. Yes, they get to make a big media storm about
Well,
it.
this is why Ohtani left the Angels. Like,
Yep.
boom, World Series.
The only thing that could make this matchup better is if Ohtani was pitching.
That's fair. I just
Yes.
You got the biggest bats in the game. You got Mookie Betts, who agree or disagree, might be the best all-around baseball player in the game.
yeah,
right
like
now.
defense, offense, yeah.
And then just like that's what's so disheartening about what happened was that the Yankees were just too powerful. Like the Guardians are up 2-0 after the 4th inning, and then all of a sudden the Yankees tied up, and you're just like, okay, we get right down to the 8th inning, and you're like, okay, now 9th, here it comes, and then
Oh, Joaquin
3 runs in the 9th.
Noel hit that one to the warning track in Game 5, and I was like, I thought for sure off the bat that thing was gone. But just anyways, back to the Yankees and Dodgers. One, neither of them are particularly or have a lot of redeemable qualities. Their fan bases, for the most part, are pretty obnoxious. But I do think it's at its best in sports.
The Dodger jersey is a nice jersey.
It is, yeah. But I think it's at its best in sports when there's one team like that,
David
and
versus
then
Goliath?
then one underdog. That's always the best storyline. So like Dodgers Guardians would have been that. Yankees Mets would have almost been the best of both worlds in that
Subway
regard.
Series.
Subway Series.
Subway Series would have been cool. So I just Yankees and Dodgers. It's a letdown because I was not rooting for either of them. But
Well,
Ohtani,
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are excited for this.
And watching like Cleveland and the Mets come back in games was a lot of fun in the last round.
like that one on Thursday, the night of our watch party, with the
Yeah,
home
big
run
Christmas. Come on.
and the Spanish home run call. Oh, it was all so good.
It was really good.
Peak playoff baseball.
Feliz Navidad, indeed.
Hey, he went to a football game the next day. At least he's living his life.
Yeah, he did. I saw he went and saw the Browns. And
He's part of the dog pound.
he is. He has to be a Browns fan. Is that a thing in pro sports? Do you have to adopt? Because I remember there was the offseason for the Jays a couple years ago. Yusei Kikuchi, who lives in Anaheim, LA, but was pitching for the Jays, went to a Maple Leafs Ducks game and sat on the glass wearing a Ducks jersey, cheering against the Leafs. Is that okay? Do you
I see
have
no
to?
problem with
Do you
it.
have to adopt the team from your city if you're a pro athlete?
No.
Isn't LeBron famous for doing
Well,
this?
It depends. It depends. Travis Kelce, famous tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, went to watch the Guardians play at Yankee Stadium because he's from Cleveland or the Ohio area.
So he went to cheer for Cleveland.
Yes. Now, granted, that wasn't against KC,
Yeah.
and he wasn't so. But you know, it all depends. Like if you say Kikuchi probably doesn't give a shit about hockey, so he's going to support his home fan base.
But he was supporting where he lives, not the team he played for.
Sure, good enough.
I would, if this was a segment by Great Clips, I would definitely cut it.
Like if
I would
Connor
say that
McDavid
is-
went to an Elks game wearing an Argos jersey, how mad are you out of 10?
Well, but that's because it takes a lot for me to get pissed off about anything related to the CFL.
I'm upset about our herd bet.
Yeah, that didn't.
Oh,
that aged
jeez.
like
and
milk.
I want to apologize to people I got to join the herd.
You got
Enlighten me.
I brought the higher ups were in town. I got them to join the herd.
They not only lost every game since I made that bet, or no, they won once, and then after they won that game, they like didn't hold the lead again the rest of the games.
But had they gone to the Grey Cup,
We were all going.
We would have been.
We were
there.
all going.
We were in for a bit. The point is, I wouldn't care if McDavid showed up wearing an Argos
Okay.
jersey, but like, If he showed up to a Riverhawks game wearing a Swift Current jersey, then yeah, I'd have beef with it.
And I think that'd be a rival league playing against Edmonton too.
But like, okay, let's say World Series.
Creek.
LeBron James, LA Laker.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Guardians make it to the World
He
Series
better
against the
wear
Dodgers,
Cleveland.
and he wears
He's
a Cleveland.
gotta
How
wear
do you
Cleveland.
think Lakers fans are going to like that? How do you
don't-
think the city of LA
He
is
shouldn't
gonna
give
like
a
that?
shit.
Well, I'm just saying.
He should not give a shit.
But that's a tough spot to be in.
I
That's a
know,
tough spot
but he
to
should
be in.
not give a shit. He's got to wear his Guardians jersey. Come on.
I agree, but I don't think if I was him and I was his PR team, I'd be like, maybe just don't go.
Or just go guy incognito.
Oh, you could do that too.
Just wear the MLB logo on your hat.
Yeah,
like
Rob Lowe it.
I'm here for sports.
I'm here for the sports.
Like I get the debate. I
Yeah.
get it. But to me it's like, are you a diehard fan? Now, if baseball, like, I'm not even trying to justify LeBron thing because like, if he didn't give a shit about baseball, but this is bigger than baseball from because Cleveland's like his town, right? So that one.
I do think the hometown gives you an interesting cop out, or like not an interesting just out in general. It's not a cop out, but like, let's just say, it's tough actually. I don't know. It depends how big of a fan you are. I think you're right. Because I was gonna say, like, let's say our boy Eric, for example, grew up. Who did Cleveland play yesterday?
Cincinnati.
Let's say, and I guess that's different because it's both Ohio. But like,
yeah,
let's
that's
say,
the Battle of Ohio. That one's polarizing.
You don't do that.
But let's say Eric just happened when he was growing up to be like, I'm a Bengals fan. I love the Bengals. He was a diehard fan. Then he is a Cleveland Guardian, and he goes to that game yesterday rooting for the Bengals. Is that a bad look?
I think the PR team needs to step in on that one. Yep.
Yeah.
I got
That one could be challenging, especially he just got called up. He's cutting his teeth, right?
Yeah, you don't want to do anything.
Like if you're established and that's your and that's part of your brand.
I really think that if we were to get him onto this show, I have two questions that I would ask him.
Okay.
And the first one would be, I know you're sitting there and you got Soto, Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton, so you're obviously thinking about them. But in the back of your mind, are you looking ahead to, if we do get to face the Dodgers, I get to pitch against Ohtani? Like,
And
I thought you were going to loop this
He
into
has
the
pitched
real life
against
fantasy
Ohtani.
football league somehow.
no. Oh, yeah, talk about us.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about who you're starting against me?
Listen, look, I know you've got one Soto.
And the second one would be like, 5 months ago, this was not his life.
No.
And his life has drastically changed to being like an everyday Major League Baseball player. And just like, how has that changed? Like, because, I mean, a guy that's straight up talking to 13 people on an Oilers Nation group chat about fantasy football, and before he was in the MLB, he was just talking to people about that and just regular everyday life, is now a fixture in the MLB, and like
Is known as the guy who's on Ohtani or Soto duty.
is and like what's your life look like now? What does that look like? Because that is a crazy position to be in. And like 6 months ago, did you see that happening? That would be something I would very much like to know.
It's committed to the process.
Trust the process.
I want to know what the contract situation's looking like if he's striking out wearing Judge, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah, is he under contract still?
One more year. I just Googled it.
Payday.
Renewal talks now.
Jay would like to be your agent.
Strike where the iron's hot.
I'd probably get you the worst deal ever. Go full Master P style and all performance based.
So a question for you, the baseball guy.
Yep.
As a Fairweather fan, I noticed that every time I would look at the stats, the Cleveland Guardians were using upwards of 8 to 9 pitchers a night.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Wild,
just
actually.
not the way it used to be. It used to be like a starter, hopefully get you 5 or 6. You throw in maybe a couple relievers and to that whatever it would take, maybe 2, maybe 3 to get you to your closer.
Is like the long form reliever just not a thing anymore?
Is this the way baseball's going?
The long form starter isn't a thing anymore. Like now, like even your best guys in the playoffs, if they give you 4 good ones, innings,
You're
that
happy.
is, you're almost like, okay, now let's move to our specialists. And everyone in your bullpen has a specialty that you think matches up against a very certain and specific part of the other team's lineup. And it's like, okay, if we can get this guy in this situation here, we're going to do it, even if our starter's at 70 pitches. But the days of a starter going in and being like, I'm throwing 110 because it's a playoff game, that's gone. Like, there's a few unicorns, like Skubal in Detroit and Garrett Cole, obviously, with the Yankees. But, like, there are very, very few pitchers whose stuff is so good that their teams trust them to be like, you can go through the lineup 3 times in a playoff game. We trust
I wonder
you.
how much this rattles old-timey baseball heads.
A ton.
Probably. Back in my day, they used to throw, you went with your gut.
Yeah.
Pitch 100 if you were feeling it.
That and the other thing that really pisses off old-timey baseball people.
Is it that they get to run with a oven mitt on?
That would definitely piss off some people. No, it's
Yeah.
catchers that catch on one knee.
Oh, I've heard that actually.
You know who that guy on Sportsnet was?
Joe Siddle hate.
Oh,
and
my
Caleb
God.
Joseph.
He brings it up all the time.
So, like, statistically, pass balls in baseball are way down because guys catch on one knee now and they're saying you're a bit more mobile. It's like the new age way of catching. Pass balls are way down, but it's so funny how anytime there's a pass ball now, the announcers bring it up and are like, see, look, catching on one knee. It's why. But, like, there were pass balls when guys caught on their feet, too.
I
Like,
think
the
it's-
same.
Buck Martinez talked about it a lot.
I think the hate is actually jealousy because they had to endure a career that was so hard on their knees.
It's viewed
That
as
this
soft,
actually this softens the blow to the knees a lot. It's probably just envy that's being disguised.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, before we wrap up today's edition of the pod, any other Oilers?
Everybody
hockey
get their
tips?
yard work done?
Chalmers, I spent a long time in the yard getting my leaves out.
Oh, I was all in on it. I raked so many leaves. I filled up 6 of those brown bags.
Six?
Yeah.
We had 21.
Whoa, that's even more than me.
Dude, we were just like,
What do you have? 400? Do you have a forest in your backyard?
we got a lot of leaves. I don't know where they were all coming from, but
Back
like,
onto a ravine?
no,
Oh.
they were just everywhere. And like my front yard, we have hedges. And so like leaves that were blowing because it's been so windy recently, they were all blowing and sticking in the hedges. I had to dig them out, but yeah, it was a lot. We had the boys out there, and at one point, I looked standing there, about noon on Saturday. I looked to my right, everybody's outside. Looked to my left, everybody's outside.
all listen to the show.
Everybody was doing it. I could smell fires going. It was fantastic.
How
What
was
a great
Big
day.
coming down?
Someone sent me a meme.
Oh, and the garden took up a lot. The garden took up a lot of bags.
Garden would take
Oh,
a-
okay.
Okay. Someone sent me a meme saying, "Hey, don't you know leaves turn into dirt?
Oh my God.
It's not like it's
Oh
not
my
like they just get up and go into your house and steal all your beer."
Okay. So if they turn to dirt, does anybody have a time lapse of how long that takes? Because it's not like
I'm
if
just
you just
saying,
leave them over winter and then they freeze and they stay there. You wake up in the springtime and you got leaves everywhere. And that is notorious lawn killer. Doesn't allow your lawn to breathe.
I'm not.
putting a paper bag over your head.
I got rid of. You know what? I will easily say I got rid of 99.5% of my leaves.
Oh, there's so many more now because it just got windy again.
No,
last
but
night.
even still, before that, and it still looks like yeah, it obviously looks like I raked everything up, but like just the remnants. Because I didn't use the lawnmower. I should use the lawnmower and clean it up.
It's all right.
But it
Half-assed
suggests
no
it's
big
like,
deal.
oh yeah, like he did an okay job. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
You realize how hard it is to get all the leaves? Like, yeah.
Like I almost raked all the grass out.
Well, and I have along the back edge of my fence, I have like brick and then rock, and there's so many leaves in there. So I had to spend the first like 45 minutes just with the leaf blower, like trying to push
Yeah,
them
make
all.
up someone else's problem.
Is it just a blower or is it a blower and a leaf sucker?
No, mine only blows. It doesn't suck. There's no spot to put a bag.
Yeah.
That would be the mistake.
Well, the suckers are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
unless it's all in the rocks and then it starts sucking up the rocks.
Yeah, you can't.
And then it really hurts your blades.
Gotta mind the rocks.
Don't mind the rocks. Mind the rocks. Be
Don't
careful.
totally ignore
Gentle.
them, but
Gentle.
yeah.
Gentle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just want to make sure they stay where they're supposed to be, and the leaves get blown away. Yeah, I enjoy doing yard work though, and then I got into a mood because I was again like lawnmower, all that, starting to put things away in the shed nicely. I got into a hook mood where I was just like, that could go on a hook. Then I run down to the basement. I have a little thing of miscellaneous.
Love
hooks.
a
I'm
good
like,
hook mood.
So would you run down each time, like one trip for
because it
one
just
hook?
kept being like, so at first I just kept my ladders like behind my shed on the ground. I was like, those can't sit there all winter. Like the snow, they'll rust. So I was like, I gotta put those ladders on hooks. So I like went downstairs, grabbed hooks. Okay, perfect. Went inside the shed, had my sprinkler and my hose and stuff. I'm like, I can't just leave those on the ground. Those need to be on a hook.
You just installing these hooks right into the house?
Into my shed.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, I have like and then it's like an old, just all out of like plywood shed that the old people put there. So I don't mind just drilling holes wherever. So it's like, oh, sprinkler, I can put that on a hook. Right, got a hook. Oh, my hose, that could definitely go on a hook right there. That's a good
wait
spot
till
for it.
you graduate to outlining them with a Sharpie, so you know exactly what hooks for everything. Ooh. You start taking stuff off those hooks, and you go back and you start to look, and you forget where they went.
That's fair.
That's why, have you ever been in like an old grandpa's like basement, and the
That's actually
pliers
nice.
are all drawn out, and every screwdriver?
I know exactly
Those
what
are the
you mean.
days. Those are the days where a pitcher could go 6 innings and throw 100
Catchers
pitches.
weren't on their damn knees.
They celebrated by taking champagne right to the eyes.
And you could run, you know what? And you could run over the goddamn back catcher.
Yeah, that too. I remember.
Bring it back.
I remember I
Bring
played,
it back.
I remember playing a game. I was in Pee Wee, so whatever age Pee Wee is, and a kid on our team ran over a catcher.
Yes.
And he got kicked out promptly for it.
What?
But the rule at that point was so weird. They definitely would have changed it by now. But I remember when I was a kid, minor baseball, you could not run over the catcher. If you did, automatic ejection. But if you knocked the ball out, you were still safe. So like the run would count, but you were thrown out of the
Smart.
game.
You want me to show you that I'm an old-timey seam head?
Yep.
Salvador Perez. Now, there's a ball player.
Yeah, that's the guy who plays the game the right way.
That guy is not going to get run over because of his size, and he does not take one knee behind the base.
No, and he's not counting calories or anything. Sal
No.
is eating what Sal wants to eat, and he's hitting 40 home runs.
He's going to have a big lunch.
Big lunch.
Is there anything? What is that? Like, what are those comparables in hockey? What are like the old, I guess fighting, I guess, is sort of one of them.
Visors.
I was
Oh,
going to say, yeah, visors.
There's only 4 guys left.
The size of a goalie, the size of a goalie's equipment.
Ooh,
Yeah.
can we name them?
I think
do you
I
know
can.
them?
Okay.
I'll find it real quick.
Oh, well, we
Reeves?
lost one. Well,
Corey Perry?
Nope, Perry
No.
put one on.
Reeves.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Zach Bogosian.
Yep. And then the fourth
Luch-
one is what I can't
Luch
remember.
is not
Luch
playing.
isn't active anymore. There's one more. Oh, who was it?
Bogosian still playing?
Yeah, Bogosian's playing top 4 minutes right now at the
Edmondson?
Wild. No, Edmondson.
Good
put one
Brunson.
on. Good Branson put
Good
one
Branson. Good Branson.
Oilers just played him on Saturday.
Gostisbehere?
on. Jamie Benn.
No.
Jamie.
Oh,
Jamie.
yeah.
That's the 4. Only 4 left. Everyone else is.
Oh, yeah, Jamie
visored
Benn.
up.
That should have been an easy one.
Those are the last 4.
I don't think I could picture Jamie Benn with a visor on.
Yeah.
You don't have to, unless he plays Worlds.
Some big pads. Big goalie pads.
2-line pass. Bring it back.
Oh, they're just
Let's,
zinging the puck
let's
up and
just
down the ice now.
All these cherry pickers.
The nets behind the net.
The trap is a goalie should be fair game. That needs to be brought back.
The trap is way back. Oh, yeah.
So I asked
That's
because
not a good
Goalies
one.
need to be fair game.
this second time I'm plugging
If
this
he's the
interview.
puck carrier, you should be able to label him.
But we had Dave Jackson on Oilers Nation every day.
Yes.
And I showed him the 2 plays of Skinner getting whacked by Backlund and then Skinner getting hit by Couturier. And I was like, what's the read here? I'm like, how much is the goalie allowed to be protected in the trapezoid? And he was like, listen, goalies are never fair game. But as long as they're out of their crease, you can like play up on them kind of thing, right? And there were people in the comments who were like, that's not the rule. And I was like, what are you arguing?
If a
with
goalie's
me
in his
about?
crease, that's his safe. So I'm fine with that. But if he goes out to play the puck, he's an eligible receiver.
That's a can of worms though. Because their equipment's not made for them to take hits.
Oh, it's just galvanized
So
rubber
let's just
at
say,
crazy velocity.
Let's just say
Yes.
a guy goes to play the puck. He's outside of his crease.
Then don't play it.
And then
that's
he
the
gets-
whole thing.
He gets hit. And nobody comes to fight him. The goalie just gets up and the play goes on. Is that a penalty?
If you hit the goalie, it's a penalty.
Well, then they're not fair game.
They're not exactly.
Yeah, they're not totally fair game, but they're not like immune to it, I think there's like a line.
There can be some light rubbing, but no real
Yeah.
punch,
Yeah.
panache.
Take it easy.
That's what I'm saying. Then it makes because the goalies are like they always talk about like Brodeur and whatever. Like, oh, it's just such a big help to have the goalie go play the puck, right?
Yeah.
Well, make the goalie think twice.
Was there?
There's-
Can you bet on a goalie goal in a season?
I'm sure if you asked, Bet365 would help you out.
We had one this year.
We did.
Yeah,
The
I
Gus
love a
bus.
goalie goal.
Do you think we'll have another
I
one?
love them.
Of course.
You think there'll be like another
Like
one
this
this year?
year?
Yeah.
I could see it.
I
mean,
love them.
I think
They're
Stu
so
will
fun.
get one in his career.
He's not afraid.
He
I think
tries.
He
has
can
one
zip
in
it.
Junior.
Yeah, he's got one in junior.
Yeah. That's one of those moments as a play-by-play guy, you got to nail it. You know, as you're getting one of them in your play-by-play life.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a hole-in-one. You want to celebrate it. You want the moment to be perfect because you know you're probably only getting one.
And it's going to get replayed.
And it's going to get replayed everywhere. And if it's good enough, that play will get played for decades if your call is good.
You want to be the call of a goalie goal.
Yeah, Stuart Skinner scored one for the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
Can I make a play-by-play related confession? Don't tell Bob Stoffer I'm telling you this. So
Oh,
I
geez.
call Golden Bears games.
Yeah.
And the other day, Eric was pitching while I was calling the Golden Bears game.
Shocker.
So I had it on my phone in front of me, and Alberta had just scored, got that call, and Eric's pitching to Judge. So I'm kind of just doing a very vague, like, now Saskatchewan dumps it in, then turning down. And, like, right before Eric struck out Judge, Saskatchewan scored, and I did not see the play for probably about 8 seconds. and Pat's my color guy, and he was kind of watching too. And then Saskatchewan scored, and I just looked up. I was like, oh, and that one found the back of the net. Like, Pat, we're getting another look at that. Like, that was just a wild bounce. And the replay was just a shot from the point that got deflected in backdoor. Like, it's the worst call of my life.
Well, you know what?
Very on brand.
At
though.
least
Not
you're
paying attention.
consistent. You know, you're not just fucking with us. You're fucking with the Golden Bears too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
it was a tough look. I was like, wow, how did that one end up?
We're gonna have to replay that one.
It's just like the most clear-cut goal ever.
I'm sure the 27 people listening to you didn't catch it. Don't worry.
There's more friends and family than that.
Where do you listen to that, Tyler?
CanadaWest.tv. The 27 friends and family and Bob. Bob watches every game.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. He was in Dallas on Friday texting me during the game.
Wow.
Bob loves his Golden Bears.
He sure does.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap up the show with a little bit of talk for our friends at Bet365, the largest sports betting platform globally. Check them out. Download the app. Use the promo code OILYBONUS, OILYBONUS, all caps, all one word. Get it on a huge range of markets with our friends at Bet365. Monday Night Football doubleheader this evening. Ravens, 4-point favorites on the road against the Bucks. Chargers, 1.5-point road favorites against your Cardinals, Christopher Chalmers.
What?
I'm going Bucks.
And how did that one go in?
What a bounce.
I'm going Bucks, and I kind of want to go Arizona.
I'm going to go
Chargers.
Chargers D's good.
Chargers are all time feisty right now.
J.K. Dobbins anytime
Or
touchdown.
Cardinals. I mean, I'm going Charger or Cardinals, and I don't know about Bucks Ravens. Man, that's going to be a hell of a game.
High scoring.
Yeah, the over.
Bucky
The
anytime
over.
touchdown. I'm going to take.
The over and both actually might not be a bad play. 50 is a high total. But I could see it being like 34, 24.
No, I would take the under on the Chargers game.
What
Really?
about player props? What about taking a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, a Bucky anytime touchdown?
Bucky's not their starter now. Rashid White's back.
No.
They got a three-headed monster. No, White's out?
Yeah. Because Bucky Irving's the odds-on favorite to score a touchdown. Rashid White's not listed.
I have to make a change.
So you want to go Bucky and Henry, and then who? Just Dobbins and Connor, the 4 chalk plays.
Oh, could you imagine? What does that pay?
8-1, just over 8-1.
Woo!
Not bad. Not bad.
Stats would say it won't happen though.
Yeah, probably an 8-1 chance of that happening. Unlikely. Okay.
No, White is questionable.
Maybe
He was
Kyler to run
full,
one
he
in
was full
instead of
participant yesterday.
Connors.
Ooh.
Kyler's been looking so feisty.
Trey McBride.
Over 5.5
Trey?
catches. I'm in.
You know we're in on that.
I'm in.
Yeah, we're following the same system because we were both in on Trey McBride over 5.5. 2 football games tonight, just 1 hockey game. It's on Amazon Prime, by the way. Leafs versus Lightning.
Coast to coast.
Only hockey game. It's
Leafs
not coast to
versus
coast. It's Prime Monday Night Hockey. It's on Monday night. It's on Prime. That's the tagline.
All right.
Proud partner of This Nation every day.
I have been educated.
Mhm.
I am now subscribed. Just like that.
To Prime.
Gotta get
Could
to
anybody
Prime.
find the Jacksonville London game Sunday morning? Where does that stream?
It was on DAZN.
You know what I saw the other day? I saw a tweet that I thought was very funny when somebody said, "Man, I'm sick of all of these streaming packages. I wish somebody would just put together a package where I could have all of them on my TV at once."
Cable.
We are
Oh,
eventually gonna
cable.
get back
You
to cable.
think? Like, we're back.
Yeah, although I'm having a very unique problem, and there's probably no one else who can listen to the podcast who cares about this. There is definitely a new season of Family Guy out right now, and that is my Sunday thing. I like to sit in bed and watch the new episode of Family Guy on Sunday nights before I start my next week. It's out. I'm seeing ads for it. Disney Plus says, like, click here for the new Family Guy. I click it, and it's not there. And then also, it's just not being shown on cable in Canada. It's driving me nuts. If anyone has a solution to my problem, let me know.
You don't have Fox?
So usually it's the animation run. So it's Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, Family Guy. And they have the new episodes of The Simpsons, and they have the new episodes of Bob's Burgers, and then Family Guy's just not on cable. I search it on my cable box, and it says no episodes upcoming. I think it might have been banned in Canada.
No.
But then I Googled that, and nothing came up. So I don't know if I'm just stupid, and I'm missing something, or if, I don't know.
Family Guy is apparently on Hulu.
Oh, boy.
Can't get Hulu
States.
in Canada.
Whatever Hulu is.
Listen, I know we have to be done this thing, but
Because I have to get a haircut.
we have not discussed how Big Brother ended.
Oh, we have not.
We have not.
Mackenzie.
In the stupidest
you fucked
single
up.
choice
She did.
of who to take to the final two,
She done fucked up big time.
she took. I swear that these people, they think I can make more money after the show than what I can make winning this show. So I'm going to do the respectful thing was to take the person who deserved to be there
I'm
with
going to
you.
say no. I'm going to say it ruins the spirit of the competition.
I think so,
to
too.
get to the final three and be like, I'm good at second place.
She should have totally cut Chelsea.
Oh, 100%.
She would have won.
No,
She
but
would've
like she
won.
should have just done it.
But
like
so she loses 8-0 or
Unanimously.
7 unanimously. If she takes Cam, every single one of those keys says Mackenzie.
Yep.
100%.
I do not. I was so mad by the
Paychecks
decision.
before friendships.
But that's just
And
it.
then
Like what?
she said, well, she said at the end in the interview, you know what? It's not about the money. I'm like, oh my God, girl.
No,
it was
it's
so about
about
the
the
money.
money.
Now, one thing I need to remember is Mackenzie's only 22.
That's what I mean. Like, do you think?
So she let her, she didn't have enough like wisdom in the sense of
Frontal lobe
experience.
isn't developed.
Oh,
She's but a lot of goodwill to leave.
she was
Still got
playing
a
with her
soft
heart. If she was really not caring about the money but she wanted to get the W, which I know she's competitive, she should have said, Chelsea, I'm sorry, I am cutting you, and I'm going to split the money with you because you deserve to win as well.
But you look back at all the people that get to come back. Taylor hosted the forum with the jury. You see that Derek's got the whole last head of household. Second place doesn't get anything. Like, the winners are the ones that get known. And so if she's thinking about her life after this, what
I know.
monetary things
She fucked up.
is she going to get that's so much better
Nothing.
than the 700? What was it? So 670.
She was-
it's a $675,000
Difference.
Yeah.
It just showed
She
you.
can make that up because she's just got goodwill now.
No,
Like, I don't
I
get it.
guarantee
And
you
lump
she
sums,
wasn't. I guarantee you she wasn't thinking about the money she can make after. She was under Chelsea's spell, and the competitor in her wanted to go head to head against the best. So she thought she had it, and she was also under Chelsea's spell because she should have clipped Chelsea many moons ago.
Can I offer a conspiracy theory take?
Let's go.
How much money is a good, ratings-wise, a good finale versus a bad finale worth to Big Brother?
If she clips Chelsea, that finale is infinitely better. Sorry. Because everyone's like, oh my God, she did it.
But then there's no debate on who should win. At least this had like
There was no
There was-
debate.
I
There
didn't
was
think
no
there was
debate in the
debate when-
Mackenzie Chelsea.
Yeah,
Zero.
I was a little
No,
surprised it was 7-0.
I was surprised it was 7-0 too.
Okay.
I thought it would have
On
been
the 7-0, yeah, but there was no doubt that Chelsea was beating Mackenzie. None whatsoever.
And I actually got to say, having gone through this season of Big Brother and Mrs. Watch Survivor, the voting on Survivor is way more intense than Big Brother.
What's the difference? Or is there just more like backstabbing and flipping?
Way more backstabbing, way more flipping at the vote. Even Jeff Probst blows. Whoa. Plus, he makes $200K an episode. Fucking love that for him.
wow.
Good for him.
But
On
I was just
season
like, as soon as
59.
I saw Mackenzie take Chelsea, I go, game over.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The finale, it doesn't matter who took who. It was over right. The show was over right then and there. But
The only thing
it would have been entertaining to see what Cam had to say.
You solidify your
know.
comps wins by winning the last HOH, and then you make the dumbest move. I just don't
Yeah,
get it.
you get all the
It just
power.
doesn't make
I know
any
it's
sense.
it's dumb. It is dumb.
So my thing was, first off, Mackenzie's like works for the construction company that her dad owns. I am assuming she's incredibly well off. I think that's a pretty fair assumption in all this.
I think so
Okay,
too.
sure.
So my theory was Big Brother Southern was like, fuck. Like if someone sits with Cam, it's going to be so painful and boring watching him have
Or
to sit there.
entertaining.
I know.
Oh, my dog's in the crib.
But did they maybe go to Mackenzie and were like, hey,
You don't think honestly think that the producers manipulate
Yes.
the show like that?
I would think there is.
do you think they maybe just
You're
went
pulling back
hey,
the curtain just a
Mackenzie,
little too much.
Win or lose, if you get a chance and you take Chelsea, we will give you another $200,000. Win or lose.
That
I'll stop
Chelsea-
watching if that ever comes
and
out.
And Mackenzie said, still might have a decent chance at winning. Get to keep my friend, and I'm guaranteeing myself $275K. Sure, deal. Because
I
there
don't know if
was
they go
someone
that
on
far.
Twitter who had a thing about Mackenzie had a slip up like right at the end where she said and she like let out a they told me instead of a I thought.
Do I think there's manipulation in that show? 1,000,000%.
But do you think it's that overt?
I think
Yeah,
it's
like it's-
Like I think that there's
yeah.
manipulation in the fact that like they see what the veto lineup is, and if there's like one person they want to win, that they can and know what challenges will
So
benefit
do you think-
that
okay,
person.
okay,
So
on-
I think
on-
that they don't have like I don't think they know when they're doing certain things. I think they have them all in the hop, and they're like, okay, we need to do a puzzle one because we can't have Cam win.
So now on that topic of puzzles, obviously Tucker was the fan favorite going in.
Yeah.
He's on the block again because he did one of Tucker things, and he's in the arena, and they want him to win. So what do? They make it a puzzle,
And he's
because
totally-
he loves puzzles. But for that reason, it just didn't work out.
So didn't you hear Julie like when he kind of makes a comment like I didn't know, I got confused, and she's like, we told you, like almost kind of pissed off, like we told you how this worked, and you still screwed it up
because he did it backwards.
because he did it backwards.
Yeah. But he went off like, I love like so it's a must-win kind of situation for him. So they gave a
But that-
puzzle
and-
challenge.
But that just goes to show like you can put things in the best position to make them happen, but ultimately they have to come through with it.
Yeah. That's
So
fair.
like overtly saying to her in the diary room, "Hey, extra
We'll
200
give you
grand, you take Chelsea."
I think there's a slim chance, but a non-zero chance that there
The
was
one thing I'll
some-
give Mackenzie credit for, like whatever. Now we're just debriefing the whole season, but her in OTEV, that was a masterclass.
It was. She was the only one that understood the question.
Because like that was an intense answer, right?
Yeah.
Like when they replayed, it, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
It was a total trick question.
Yeah.
which, again,
It's dirty.
and they've never really done that before, at least that early in a comp.
No.
So that's why even that made me feel like,
And like the fact that they couldn't find him, you know that the last answer has fewer names
Yeah.
out in the pit than like the first ones. They want you to find the first ones quickly, right?
yep. All right. Good Big Brother talk. I think that's a wrap because we went long. And now who knows if I'm going to get my hair cut. Oh, well. Tune in Thursday to find out if I got a haircut. Thanks for watching. See you later in the week.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.